Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. And the New York Jets taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Buffalo Bills. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, they're halfway home, looking good at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Now the Jets about set to go here on the offensive side for the first time, and leading them out, Charles, the number 2 overall pick in this April's draft. It's Zach Wilson out of BYU.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he's got the hook up to Moore. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Jerry Hughes, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
Though certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Wilson. He finds Corey Davis. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Play action. Allen. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll make it 2nd down. This defense for the Jets, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big gain there for the Bills.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. A check on Breida's numbers from last week. 11 carries, 80 yards.
And well liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
From the 29, Allen. The Sanders has got it complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets 16. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
On 2nd down and 4, Allen. He's got it. Touchdown, Bills. Dawson Knox, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The rookie Zach Wilson and the Jet offense set to go to work once more. Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Airing one out for Crowder. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Matt Milano able to record his 5th sack of the season. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the first quarter.
And yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
Here's Braden Mann now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Diggs with a good footwork. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, and it's the NFC champs, the Falcons, that have moved out to an early advantage. Matt Ryan leading the way offensively. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start on the ground with Breida, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On the option, Allen will keep it. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. He was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you'd prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting down at the end of the play. But you've got an aggressive one. He's fighting for extra yardage, and he gets stripped there. You don't need him to be a hero in that situation. You want your quarterback taking care of himself.
The numbers on the ground for Carter a week ago. 17 carries, 72 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
A throw to the flat for Carter. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
On play action, Allen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. John Franklin Myers able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Finding room inside the 40. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Matt Breida with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bills will extend their lead. Well, a lot of things have to go right for an option pitch to be successful. Everything lined up there on the long run.
It does, because you have to make the proper read. Doesn't matter what guy you've decided is going to be read on the defensive front. You still have to execute it. If he comes to the quarterback, you saw there, pitch it out to the running back, and off he goes. A lot of teams don't like to run the option because they don't like having their quarterback hit.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. New York's offense back out there and set to go. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed. How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Here's the ex-Florida Gator, Lamichael Pirine. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
They missed a field goal earlier, so possibly as a result, that's why they're going to try to go for it here on 4th down. Making the catch is Sternberger. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week. It takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They do go for it. Here's Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Touchdown! Stephon Diggs. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. A gutsy call, 4th and short. They go for it. Look at the result.
Yeah, not only did they go for it, they threw for it. Because to me, it was stacked up for a run situation, strength on strength, and they decided to put the ball in the air. And what a result. Big time play.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. On first down, Wilson. And that's incomplete. Elijah Moore, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. The veteran tight end Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. Here's a give to Carter. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now Wilson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Under pressure, they got him again. Gregory Rousseau has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now a carry for Pirine. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Play action. Now it's Allen. Dancing to his left. And finding Emmanuel Sanders here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big gain there for the Bills.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Allen. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. This a quick pass to Davis. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive, as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. A gain of 3, second down. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and the Patriots have the lead in the final stages before halftime. Damian Harris with a touchdown run. Next, we'll stay in the Northeast as we head down to FedEx Field in Washington to check in on the football team. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Tom Brady has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, excellent in the victory as his guys up their record to 7-2 now on the year. In the game you're watching, it was Josh Allen who was on target in that first half. His guys have just about put this one on ice already. As for the call of the second half, we turn things back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So here are the Bills to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them, and they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Off the play fake, Allen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Sacked there by Avery Williamson, the linebacker. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Now Allen. Uncorks one for Davis. It got his man complete. And he'll take it into the end end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Gabriel Davis, 84 yards. And the Bills continue to pour it on. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is. He had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Zach Wilson and the Jet offense set to take over here. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they're doing something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far. Jordan Poyer, the league's leading tackler among safeties last year, in to make the stop. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Wilson to throw. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. They'll run it here with Pirine. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Here's Pirine. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this score will stay right where it is. So make it 2 missed field goals for him now, but I have the sense, given that distance, you could probably forgive him here on this one.
Yeah, this is out of the range of just about anybody on planet Earth except probably you, partner. But you just got to drive it out low and hope that somehow you hit it absolutely perfect. But no real chance for this one to go through.
The first down screen pass, good for 5.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Now a give to Breida. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. They go right back to Singletary. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the traders take a look, we'll step aside. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Now Breida on a toss left, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
To throw, it's Allen. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Moore now on the return. And he nearly broke that for Moore, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson setting up the screen to Pirine. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The Jets on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Wilson. He finds Pirine out of the backfield. He finds some open field here. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 1 thing I think that's safe to say defensively. The tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Jets on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 5. Again, Wilson. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Here's Emmanuel Sanders now as he and the rest of the offense march back onto the field. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Allen going to try and run. 1st down and more for Allen. And Allen will have the 1st down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, you know, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots, and that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
Well, he really hasn't ran the ball all game. 4th quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it up. So whatever the eyes saw and created, it worked.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Eight yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Check 26, check 26. 5-5. 6 guard, check 6 guard.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 101 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
I got motion.
On the handoff, this is Breida. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy, and they are going as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Bass on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was finished off by a Devin Singletary touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. New York ready to go again offensively. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. This one caught by Crowder. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now it's Wilson.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Now Wilson on 1st down. It's caught by Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Buffalo, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.